a man suddenly inherited a $300 million fortune. But first, he had to complete a crazy challenge. He had to spend $30 million within 30 days. If he failed, the bank would seize his entire inheritance. The man accepted the challenge without hesitation. When he opened the bank vault, he was completely stunned. To spend the money quickly, he went on a spending spree. When he saw people taking photos on the street, he immediately offered them high salaries to hire them as his personal photographers. When he saw burly security guards, he offered them generous compensation and hired them all to work for his company. He treated strangers to top-notch cuisine and stays at luxury hotels. He was willing to try almost anything as long as it cost money. Soon, people began approaching him seeking investment. One young man proposed an idea. He believed it would be possible to transport Arctic ice to desert regions for sale. After hearing this, the man decided to invest without hesitation. Unexpectedly, this project was acquired for a high price. To make matters worse, some of the projects he had invested in on a whim also achieved success one after another. The money he had originally intended to spend kept growing instead. At this point, he came up with another plan. To burn through his funds, he poured a massive amount of money into a campaign, but he hoped people wouldn't support him. The result, however, was exactly the opposite. Because he was so famous, the public rallied behind him. In the end, he unexpectedly became mayor. However, once he became mayor, he received another windfall. In the end, he chose to resign, then threw a lavish party and spent every last penny of his remaining funds. He thought he had finally succeeded in completing the challenge. But just as he was heading to the bank to confirm the results, the man's lawyer suddenly appeared. He pulled out $20,000, explaining that this was the money left over from before. It turned out that bank officials had contacted the lawyer in advance, asking him to help ensure the man's failure. Seeing those $20,000, the man was utterly devastated. With only a few minutes left before the challenge ended, just as he was about to admit defeat, his secretary suddenly discovered the truth and told him. It turned out the lawyer had been secretly trying to prevent him from completing the challenge all along. The man immediately came up with a plan. He took out the last $20,000 and hired his secretary to handle the dispute. Before time ran out, he successfully spent the last of his money. The bank's plan failed completely. The man received a $300 million inheritance.